Good morning. Today I'm playing along with the Scrapbookers over at the Girl Cave and the Crafty Low and No Spend group, and we are doing the color turquoise. It's through the rainbow. So last year I didn't play along, but they did through the rainbow colors, and now we're doing the in-between colors. And the color for this month is turquoise. And I have to tell you, turquoise is in everything, but do you think I could find a picture that had turquoise in it? I really had to search to find it. And then I ended up finding this picture on my phone of a robin's egg that was blown to the ground after a bad storm. We had a bunch of storms last year, or was that at the beginning of this year? I think it was last year. Wow. I think I need to eat more eggs. So anyhow, I took a picture of it. It was tucked in by these little lilacs, and not lilacs, these little violets. And so I took a picture of it. It was just so pretty. Actually, I think my husband took a picture of it. I don't know, one of us did. Has it been a long winter? I think so. So anyway, yeah, we had wild weather last year, and now we've had wild weather this year. So anyway, I'm using this graphic 45 paper from Once Upon a Springtime, and I'm using this wood paper from, it's Craft Consortium. I don't know which way you really say it. Okay, I'm gonna use this side. No, I think I want to use the other side. I kind of like the peeling wood. And I think I'm going to use that. You know what? It's like it's the same. Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter which way I turn it. So I'm going to turn it like this. And I'm going to put the graphic 45 paper kind of to one side. And, you know, since it flew out of the nest, I chose to believe that the fairies were gonna come and get it. That's just because I had this paper, but it sounds good. So I just decided I was gonna take it very whimsical. And let's just make sure I got that straight. No, I do not. Now this was a scrap that I had left over from something. And so I just ended up, I must have just used like a little piece of it. So I ended up just cutting off an inch so that I could use this much of it. I loved how it looked, and I'm going to use this in here. Now I'm gonna use like a whole mix of things. So this is from Mintay Shabby, and I am going to just place that on the underside of this. So I'm gonna put it up here somewhere. Actually, well, I'm gonna stick it to this. I just kept picturing that on there for some reason, so I'm just gonna go with it. This is just a fun layout. And I think the kids will like to see it. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this kind of over here on the edge. Oh, wait a minute, maybe I want it more this way, because I've got a dragonfly I'm gonna put on here too. So I think about there. Okay, And then I am going to use the Once Upon a Springtime, and I'm going to put that up at the top, and it'll kind of be like another title. And I'm going to stick it right in the middle. So it needs to be about, let's see, 4 1/8 and 8 1/8. That should get it in the middle. I was looking for my file because I can see like that little piece of punch out here. So I'm just scraping it off. Okay. Oh, there's my tape. So I've got a little piece here too. Okay. So I'm gonna put it like one. Oh, I might have to get my head in here. I had different things that I just printed out a bunch of, well, let's see, I think like 3 different pictures that had turquoise on them. And so, because just about every collection is turquoise now, isn't it? Has turquoise in it. Okay, so, is that the middle? Because from this side it is not. How did I manage that? Okay, let me try this again. Okay, 4 and 8 would be the middle. Or, you know, 4 from one side, 8 from the other. Okay. That's the middle. I don't know how come it wasn't before, was I? I must have been up against there. You were probably telling me, you know, got it right, Terry? Okay. So, I pulled out 2 postcards from the Graphic 45 collection, and I thought, at first I was gonna cut her out and put her looking at the egg, but I thought, oh, it's so cute that it's postcards, so I'm just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna tuck them right here. This one's gonna be crooked, this one's gonna be straight. It's kind of, I think there's gotta be one crooked one, one straight one. I don't know why, but I like how that looks. It's like a living room or something. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do this. And I kind of looking here because over here it's like I must have about a 1/2 inch. So I want like a 1/2 inch over here too. And so that's real close to that 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tuck this down here. And since I'm making it so fairy-like, it's like you just don't know what you might find. Like this here, there's gonna be a frame tucked over here because you don't know what you might find when you're in fairyland. So I'm gonna tuck this little frame in here. And I probably got too much frame now. Okay, let's see, will all of this, yeah, only the one side is gonna show. Okay. I always forget that when I'm taping down. So I'm just gonna tuck it down here. And again, I'm just kind of pulling it in a little, just to bring some of this color, this white here, down here, and then I have the frame white. And everything else kind of, well, this matted white, but a lot of it looks very vintagey because of the colors of the Graphic 45. And then let's see, I am gonna call it Fairyland. And these were letters I cut out when I first got my die cut machine like 2 years ago. And I have to say, I love die cutting because I like how the letters or anything that you cut out with the die look rounded. like they look pressed before they're cut. And that's one of my favorite things about die cuts. And I really, really love die cuts. Okay, so I'm gonna put Fairyland here. Yep, there's my R. Here's my dot. So I'm gonna center that in here. So I'm gonna pause again. You know how I have to do that, and put Fairyland there, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got Fairyland here. And I'm going to, when I was doing this, I just kept seeing this keyhole, and this is Tim Holtz. Well, it's not Tim Holtz, it's a Tim Holtz keyhole. And I'm gonna kinda figure the center of this, which would be about 2. So I'm gonna put it right there. And I think I'm gonna mark, if I find my pencil. Okay, so I'm gonna mark it here. You see, I'll slide it down just a little. Here. Because I'm going to poke holes where it needs to be, and you know how I use this. Because it's got brads that hold it in place. But I'm also going to put E6000 on there because it's quite a heavy piece, and the graphic 45 paper is pretty heavy. This is a little lighter weight. It's more like a Simple Stories weight. So I'm just gonna kind of put a thin layer of this on there, even though it looks like I'm doing a heavy layer. I'm trying to spread it out because it really doesn't take that much E6000 to hold it. So I'm just going to kind of put the top and some down here. Okay, whoops. It's starting to leak out. Let me put the lid on it. Okay, do I want any more? I think I'll try to put a little bit more on here just because I got it on my toothpick. Whenever I use E6000, well, first of all, I try not to breathe. And then I always put it on with a toothpick. And I'm actually just going to go over and throw it away so I don't have it next to me. Okay, and then I'm going to, so I've got my holes punched. And then I'm going to center it on there. Or, you know, so my holes are centered in the middle. Okay. I'm putting these there. Okay, now I'm just going to flip it over. Oh, totally missed the foam there. Okay. And I actually brought my pliers over, but maybe I'm not going to need them because they already, that one already looked like it was separating, and so is this one. Okay, so that was easy. They're a lot kinder than some of them. Okay. So I just kept picturing that keyhole there, and I think that's what got me on the whole fairy thing. Or maybe I thought of the fairies in the keyhole. I don't know, I just kept thinking, oh, it'd be so cute if there was a keyhole involved. Okay, and then I have this dragonfly, and this is also from the Wings book of Mintay. I don't remember if I said that. I'm using the Wings book and also the Shabby book. And there's 2 different sizes, I think, of these dragonflies, and they're both large, but this is the smaller of them. And he's kind of a turquoise too. Okay. So I'm putting him, so he's kind of on this wood piece. And then, okay, I need my scissors. I'm going to use a butterfly also. And you know, I like to put foam underneath the wings part and then glue the center, because that way I can make it look like it's flying. Oh, and the other thing, I've got a key for the keyhole. So I'm gonna put that, where do I want it? I think I'll put my all in camera. Okay, I think I'll put the butterfly down here. I think I'm gonna put the key here. And now I shouldn't have thrown away my toothpick, because I definitely need it for this, because nothing's holding it down. Okay. I just loved how this this egg looked on this paper. I just think it's so pretty. Okay, so I'm putting some E6000 on this too. So I'm not breathing, just talking. Okay. So I'm just gonna make it look like it's kind of sitting on top of this postcard here. Okay, now I gotta get the lid on before it starts oozing out. And I'm gonna go throw this away again. Okay. Okay, so now I couldn't remember if I was, because at first I was gonna put the butterfly up there, but then I decided I was going to use a little bird and stick that on top of that key. So I'm gonna put the butterfly down here. And remember, you always have, when you do this, you always gotta push the body down first and then kind of just let the wings fall to their spot. And then I'm gonna put this little bird on top of this key. I want it to look, since I decided to do it whimsical, I want it really whimsical. Okay, and I'm gonna put him there. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on his tail, or her tail, since I cannot tell if it's a boy or a girl. I just know it's not a robin. Even though I wanted a robin, I couldn't find one that actually looked like a robin, unless maybe this kind of does. So I'm gonna stick this one here on top of there. I think I'll put dimensionals on that too. I was wondering how come I run out of dimensionals so fast. This is why. Okay, and I'm gonna put one here, whoops, here, and then one on his tail. Okay. I'm just gonna stand that one on top of there. Kind of make it look like it's sitting just on the one side of the O. And I used turquoise ribbon too. Let's see, do I have everything on here? I was thinking about using this, but I couldn't decide where I wanted it. And now I feel like it really doesn't belong. But I will put the year, which I know it was last year now that I think about it. We just been having wild weather. Last year and this year. Okay, I want to use these purple because I want to bring in a little bit more of this flower color. So I just got to decide where I want it. And you know, I usually make some kind of triangle. I have extra of the small ones, so I'm actually going to make like a little trail behind the butterfly because I like them to look like they're like they just flew and left this little trail behind them. Like little magic, like the fairies. And then I'm going to put a couple up here by this bird. Or 3. Okay, so that's my whimsical turquoise layout, and I will have close-ups at the end. I think it turned out really cute. Hope you all like it, and I already said I'll have close-ups at the end. I got a plant today, so it's like I'm scatterbrained. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, go check out the other ladies or people that are doing it. I'm not sure if we have any gents this time. Once in a while we do. So just go check the list down below. And guess that's it. So see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.